Browns fans, how many of you motherfuckers are looking at the Bengals and are pissed off? How many of you motherfuckers are jealous looking at the Bengals and are pissed off? How many? How many of you saying that should have been us this year? You know you are? Well, I got news for you. That should have been us, yeah. Should have been us this year, but should have been us last year. You know how I say everything that had to happen for the Bengals, everything lined up perfect for them? Well, everything lined up perfect for us to make the Super Bowl last year. It truly did. The Bengals capitalized on it. You know why? Because Zach Taylor. We should have capitalized on it, but you know why we didn't? Kevin Stefanski. I mean, let's look at last year, the playoffs. We got lucky to draw the Steelers, who were reeling. I mean, they were horrible. They were 11-1 at one time. They were terrible, though. We got lucky and we drew them. They were terrible. Thank God Stefanski was at home with COVID, because if he wasn't, you know as well as I do, they come back and win that game. So then we go to Kansas City. High score on offense. We hold them to 22 points. We basically shut them down in the second half. I think we gave up 3 points in the second half. And Kevin Stefanski got the ball back with 8 minutes left against Chad fucking Henne. And he runs 7 plays, the most conservative play calling I've ever seen, like he was going to get the ball back, and we never got the ball back. Kevin Stefanski stopped us from going to Buffalo, and we would have beat Buffalo last year. Trust me, I know Buffalo, but they weren't as good last year. We would have beat them the way we were playing, because we were Cincinnati last year. We were. We should have been in the Super Bowl last year, and we would have got killed by Buccaneers, just like they're going to get killed by the Rams, but we had a chance last year to do what Cincinnati did this year, and we didn't capitalize on it because of Kevin fucking stuff. When are you Browns fans going to realize that this isn't about Baker Mayfield? This is about Kevin Stefanski. Sure, Mayfield played terrible this season, and you might not like Mayfield. I don't even like Mayfield. I don't even want him on the team anymore. But you got to understand something. Mayfield is not the reason we're not in the playoffs this year. He got injured, and you know what a normal head coach would have done? Who brought in his quarterback, Case Keenum. He would have said after he played terrible, if Mayfield was playing good and we were winning, you keep him in. But it's quite evident that the injury affected Mayfield, because he was never the same after that. A good head coach would have benched Mayfield and said, you know what? He's too injured. We're going to go with our backup. That's why teams have backup quarterbacks. And we would have made the playoffs. And then we make the playoffs because we would have won that division with Case Keenum. Our defense, because our defense was at a different level this year than last year. We would have won the division, and Cincinnati wouldn't even have gotten the playoffs. They wouldn't have gotten the playoffs. We would have won that division. Kevin Stefanski put his personal grudge against Mayfield before anything else, before winning the division, because there has to be a reason you kept running Mayfield out there. I mean, any other coach in the league would be like, this guy's not only playing terrible, but he's hurting the team. We can't play him. He's injured. They had every excuse to bench him. This was the perfect time to bench him. But you know why Kevin didn't do it? Because he wanted to keep running them out there, because he wants to bring his own guy in there so he can truly say, I fixed the Cleveland Browns. I mean, why else would he keep playing Mayfield? Anyone watching Cleveland could tell the guy wasn't healthy. He was terrible. And people say, oh, it was just a non-throwing injury on his left shoulder. Well, let me explain something to you. Try throwing a football try playing at a high level with one shoulder. You can't. How come there's no one-arm quarterbacks in the National Football League? Just think about it. I know that's a fucked up analogy, but it's just the truth. You need both arms to be able to throw the ball accurately and with velocity. And Mayfield had no velocity after that. Accuracy was an issue. He should have been benched. Why did we bring Case Keenum in if you're not going to play him? Everything's set up for him to put Case Keenum in. We go to the playoffs, and guess what? We have a chance to. We probably would have won the AFC with our defense this year. Case Keenum, listen, he played against Denver. Denver has a good defense. We beat him, but the more you play Case Keenum, he would have gotten better. But Stefanski just kept running Mayfield out there, damaged goods, week in and week out, when it was clearly evident that the guy was not playing like he was before he was injured. So this is on Kevin Stefanski. It's not Mayfield. The head coach is the one who makes the decision on who plays. And then I just look at the other things, too, when you look at it. When they're playing against Mayfield was on COVID list. He didn't practice for 18 days. He flew into Green Bay that day at 10 o'clock in the morning for a game at 4 o'clock. And he throws him out there to start. And not only does he throw him out there to start, he just has him throwing the ball all over the place, right? And then Mayfield plays like shit, but we have a chance to win that game late in the game. All we got to do is start running the ball because we're getting chunk yardage. And he continues to throw 5 straight passes. Mayfield throws an interception, the game over. And then the following week against Pittsburgh, a premier pass rusher, T.J. Watt, against a rookie tackle who wasn't playing good at all. You give him some help, right? Not Kevin Stefanski. He puts Mayfield out there so he'll look even worse than ever. You cannot tell me that Kevin Stefanski hates Mayfield, doesn't hate Mayfield. He hates Mayfield. He put him out there to just make him look as bad as he can against Pittsburgh. He sabotaged him because you know what? He shouldn't have been playing. And if you can't see that Kevin Stefanski hates Mayfield, then you don't know football. Trust me, he hates him. There's a reason he put him out there with no help on the fucking side. You put a rookie tackle on a premier pass rusher by himself with no help. And then players on the team, you think they don't see that shit? You don't think Nick Chubb and them guys, Myles Garrett, see that shit? They see that shit. I'll guarantee you Myles Garrett was probably on the sideline saying, you're going to let the guy I compete against, get easy sacks all day long. Them players hate Stefanski. I guarantee it. Remember how Jarvis Landry called Stefanski up after they won that playoff game? Well, guess what? He hates him. They all hate Stefanski. You can say they hate Mayfield all you want, but they hate Stefanski. When you're on a team, you can gauge. They know the problem. Players know the problem, whether it's the quarterback or the coach. And the coach is the problem in Cleveland. Oh, he go. Coach of the year in a COVID season. And then guess what? He got Coach of the Year, and guess what? He came back after COVID and ruined the Browns season. The guy's terrible. And it don't matter who you bring in that quarterback. It's going to be the same thing with them because you know what? We have money to spend. We can't get no free agent wide receiver will come to Cleveland. No one wants to play in this offense that got rid of Odell Beckham, that got rid of Stephon Diggs. Nobody wants to play in this offense. And you know another thing too? Think about this. Kyle Shanahan had our roster. He would have had a plethora of plays involved for Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, Odell Beckham, whatever. He would have had a plethora of plays. Do you know we don't even have a package with plays for Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb on the field at the same time? Stefanski doesn't value playmakers. His system is all about plays. Don't target playmakers. It doesn't matter if Johnny Dixie's in the lineup or Kenny Pickett. It doesn't matter. It's about plays. He doesn't value wide receivers, and he doesn't value playmakers. So why does this guy, if he wants, and listen, I don't even think he's a good head coach. You know why? I've never seen him coach one time. Have you ever seen him sit down and try on the sidelines and try to coach anybody? No. He sits there and he calls play with that oversized Denny's menu. He's a cancer. He is a fucking cancer. We can't attract wide receivers. We have to draft them now. No wide receiver will come in this offense. It's all Stefanski. And it's a shame. This guy had major talent on this team. I mean, you look at Freddie Kitchens, he even got the ball to Odell Beckham. He even got the ball to Odell Beckham. Beckham's running around just a decoy in this offense. I mean, it happened with Stephon Diggs in Minnesota. He had 63 catches. Then he had 18 catches with Buffalo? So you could say it was Mayfield. No, it is Stefanski. And until we get rid of the fucking common denominator, Kevin Stefanski, it's going to be the same thing year in and year out. If I was running the team, I fire Stefanski, I trade Mayfield, and I draft a quarterback right now. You can draft a quarterback in this league, and they can come out. McCorkle Jones. They made the playoffs with McCorkle Jones. Does anyone think McCorkle Jones is good? He's average at best. You can make the playoffs with a rookie quarterback, especially in this high school offense Stefanski got right now. Oh, my God, anyone can fucking play in it. I draft a quarterback, I trade Mayfield, but you got to get rid of Stefanski because you have to run an NFL offense. You cannot compete week in and week out with this type of offense, 3 tight end sets. You can't. And then another thing, too, when we're going downfield to try to win a game, everyone talks about Mayfield can't do it. Well, if you look at the play calls, we're in 13 personnel most of the time, not going downfield. Mayfield has no shot. And it sounds like I'm defending Mayfield. I am actually, but he has no shot to really come back and win a game. He doesn't. Just evidence of the Kansas City game last year in the playoffs. He had no shot. 7 basic conservative play calls, 4 Nick Chubb runs and 3 passes. We punted the ball. We have to get rid of Stefanski. And until Jimmy Haslam realizes that, we're fucked. We're fucked. I mean, it's just not going to change. We should have been there last year. Everything lined up perfect for us. And this year, we could have probably done it. So, yeah, I'm jealous. I'm not going to lie. I'm jealous as fuck of Cincinnati. I wish that was us. But they got a better coach. You know how I know Zach Taylor's better? Oh, obviously, he's in the Super Bowl. But I remember they were struggling against Jacksonville at home on a Thursday Night Football earlier this year. They asked Joe Burrow after the game, what happened? What changed at halftime? He goes, I asked Coach to throw more. And guess what? That's what happened. Zach Taylor takes input from his players. You think if any, I guarantee you, Browns players went to Stefanski, made requests about getting the ball downfield. He don't want to hear it. This guy is a cancer. He's a stubborn, egotistical fucking cancer. Now, you can say Burrow's better than Mayfield all you want, which is true. However, that doesn't negate the fact that if you had Joe Burrow in Cleveland, I will guarantee you right now he wouldn't be half the player he is in Cleveland as he is in Cincinnati, because Kevin Stefanski would not utilize the weapons. Jamar Chase would be useless in Cleveland. That's a fact. He'd be useless in Cleveland. You know it and I know it. Kevin Stefanski is a cancer. In Cincinnati, they capitalized on what we couldn't because of our coach. And it makes me sick looking at it. It does. Because they're going to get killed in the Super Bowl. If they end up by, I don't see them winning at all, but if they end up by winning, this will truly be the greatest championship ever. I will admit it now. If Cincinnati pulls this off, this will go down as the greatest championship ever, and Joe Burrow will go down to be one of the greatest quarterbacks ever. Unbelievable. Because I just don't see them winning. I don't even think they have a chance, but if they do, it will be. And I am jealous as fuck as a Browns fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I wish it was us. Because I don't even think the Bengals are that good. I really don't. I think they're an average 500 team. They're well coached, and everything had to happen. Everything fell into place for them, and they capitalized on it. They made plays when they needed to. I mean, did anyone think Pat Mahomes would shit that lead away? No. But that should have been us last year. And until we recognize the problem, Kevin Stefanski, we're going to be the same thing every year. We're going to get a quarterback in the draft. I do believe the Browns, they're scouting quarterbacks. I know they do this all the time, but I truly believe the Browns are taking a quarterback. And I think they're going to take either Kenny Pickett or Malik Willis. They're going to take a quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised if that quarterback starts day one, because I think they're going to get rid of Mayfield. And I hope they do, because in today's game, you need a quarterback that run. He has to be able to run. And I kind of like Pickett the more I watch him. I know we got small hands, but I kind of like him. But we need a quarterback, because Baker Mayfield, to me, is too short. And he's just, if Mayfield could run, I would keep him, but he can't run. He's slow as fuck. But we have to recognize as Browns fans, the biggest problem is Kevin Stefanski. And I got to make a video of this black cat right here, this motherfucking psychopath. I got to go make a video. So that's my fucking video for the fucking day.